Greetings, mod lovers across the universe. DW here, along with no one else, because this is Mod Explaining. In the last episode, I ended up explaining mainly around one program. I meant to explain way more than just one program, but there was so much in this one single program that I ended up spending the entire episode just explaining around that one single program. I really did gather way too much information around that one program. I love it, I love it. I'm just kind of having a giggling moment. But anyway, in this video, I'm going to end up actually explaining all the other stuff I meant to explain in the last episode. So without further ado, let's begin. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is actually show if or if not this program here ends up actually working with, say, a normal computer, a normal turtle, or an advanced turtle. So without further ado, let's begin. Get over here, go over here. Go over here, goes there. Okay, and then do CD disk, ls. Okay, I'm doing n. It's probably not gonna work, not gonna lie, because if it does work, I'll be surprised. Yeah, it needs to work with an advanced computer. Pretty sure it's not gonna work with this either. CD disk. You never know though. Actually, I do know. It's very doubtful. By the way, if you're wondering what this is, that's for later on. CD this blah 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 blah. Sorry, my brain's still trying to switch on. N Paint Pro. Yeah, it needs to work with advanced computer, and let's see if it ends up doing the same with this. I'd imagine it would work with this. Oh duh, I haven't actually put it in yet. Sorry. This brain of mine. It's like, what the hell? Whenever I think to myself, what the hell's wrong with my brain, I usually end up saying it's like toothpaste. Anyway. Oh, maybe, okay, it looks like it actually does work. So minus A and then DW. Oh, so it actually does work with an advanced turtle. The only problem is I'm finding is that, oh, that's interesting. It doesn't have the same glitching where it keeps on flashing on screen like it does with the other one, with the advanced computer. See what I mean? Keeps flashing. Don't know why. With this one, it doesn't. But it looks like there's not as much on screen. So you can actually paint with this. So if you don't mind the fact that... Oh, wait, hold on. Some of the colors you can't even change. And you can't even do that. Okay, and you can't even change the frames. Okay, so this one is kind of glitched. Let me quickly check. No, it doesn't even work with save. Just like it didn't do with the other one. So this one does work in a way, it just, you can't do most of the stuff you can do on there because the screen's way too goddamn tiny. But anyway, yeah. Okay, so I've ended up showing it. I think it mainly just works with an advanced computer. But now I'm going to end up going on to what I was meant to going on in the last episode. I'm going to end up, first things first, doing R. Going to end up, yes, I want to remove the rest. Yes, Y for yes. Going to end up doing Z for clear. God knows I'm thankful I know all these things. And now, finally, end up going into here. I'm going to end up doing blue. I think it was called blue paint mode. Well, I'm going to end up doing this. Now, I'm going to end up actually doing a certain thing. I've actually got it written down right here. Okay. End up having 13 across, I think it was. Okay, 13 across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 13. Okay. 13. Okay, that works. Now, going to doing this. Gonna get rid of that. Okay. You're probably wondering, what the hell are you doing, DW? This makes no sense so far. Well, I'd be surprised if it did make sense in the first place. If you were just looking at it first time. Okay. So that's correct. Number 3 needs to be changed. I need to change that to... Okay. So gonna need to change that to... Doop, 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 doop. And I'm going to end up changing that to... Okay, www. Okay. Okay, that's perfect. Now... Okay, I need to end up going on to the next page of this. If you heard the sound of pages being turned, that's because I have paper in front of me trying to figure out what to do next for this. I am not doing all of this off the top of my head. If I was, I would be an alien. Because, well, not an alien, but definitely someone way beyond human smartness, because God knows. God knows, people, that someone remembering that much information. My God, this much information. My God. Anyway, think that. Yeah, that makes sense. Go to number 5. I've ended up having 9 of these. Making sure here, the turtle does have the blocks. Yes, it does, and I'm pretty sure I did refuel it. This all makes sense eventually. Do not worry. I'm eventually going to explain this. I'm going to need to end up turning all of this to orange. I'm going to end up having the pink. I'm going to end up doing this. I think you just need this, this, and then this. I am correct, right? I'm just doing this and then correcting it. Okay. And then, the same thing with the other one. Okay. I can only imagine everyone's confused like at the moment. Like, you're not explaining a single thing. What the hell's going on? Just get on with it. What the? Why? What's happening? What is happening right now? I will explain in a second. Once I get the time, albeit once I'm done with whatever I'm actually doing. Okay. Okay. I just realized another funny fact. For me, this makes sense. For you lot, it doesn't make any sense because I said that I'd actually eventually get on to, I'd actually get on to the next program, which is actually in this turtle here. But I'm still on this, so you're all probably wondering why are you still on the same program if you're going to show another program. You will understand in a second. Do not worry. Okay, so now I'm going to end up doing this is where it gets important. Okay, so now I have to doing P. No, I'm not having to go to the bathroom. Okay. Over here, and then sensei okay, then boop, and then boop, okay, and then finally the final bit should be this. Okay, now at the moment this doesn't actually look like it makes any goddamn sense, but actually this is actually quite important for the program. Now for the next bit, if I end up doing, I'm going to actually get onto the program at hand. Now, this is basically like before with the other program. This is the same disk, except I'm using one of the other programs. Okay, I've already shown this off, and I haven't shown this off, and I'm not explaining this because I haven't fully figured this out yet, like I said in the last video. So the next thing I'm going to show is 3D print. So I end up doing 3D print, end up doing that, and now it ends up coming with this. Name this computer. Even though there's a turtle. I'm going to end up calling it DW. I have an ego. Deal with it. Oh. I like how that's... Okay, anyway. Okay, and now, as you notice, this program has ended up turning on the wireless modem at the side, and also notice that I've ended up actually adding a wireless modem to this computer. This will make sense in a second. Now, if I end up actually doing this... Hold on. I need a drink. Okay. Now I've ended up actually adding loads and loads of different colors to different screens. Now at the moment, either I'm trying to create a really weird looking animation, or I've just gone bonkers. Either one seems likely. But the main reason is because I'm actually about to do this. Now I've already tried print in the past and you saw it actually not work. But I did actually say, I believe, in the last episode that at the moment it doesn't work, but this is actually going to become important later on. So if I end up now doing this, it ends up actually coming up with this. Basically what... these two programs actually work together. This program ends up actually sending a signal to... What the hell? There we go. Ends up actually sending a signal to this program over here, telling it to build something. And this program ends up actually telling it the instructions in order to build it. Now notice how here, with each color, it ends up telling you a different number. Those are actually different slots. So in number 1, that's slot 1. Number 2, that's slot 2. Number 3, that's slot 3. And now if I end up going here, 1, 2, 3. So you end up seeing it here. It also ends up telling you if you end up pressing slot, it ends up also, if you end up pressing that, it ends up coming up with count. It actually tells you how many programs you how many goddamn colors you actually need. So you don't end up actually almost end up going over the 64 count, if that makes any sense. So now if I end up doing that, and once I end up pressing print, it ends up activating this program that will end up actually building a certain thing. End up building a certain structure that I've designed just from these certain colors, if that makes any sense. So I end up pressing this. Also, if it isn't obvious, you obviously need to, I obviously haven't mentioned this, but you need to refuel your turtle. I ended up actually doing this off recording, so I'm good, but if you haven't refueled your turtle yet, make sure to do that. But now let me press print and you'll see what this does. As you can see here, it's now actually placing down blocks. It's actually placing down the structure I've told it to place down, and it's actually going and it's actually showing you in the actual computer, in the Paint program. It's actually showing you where it's actually going and what it's actually doing at the moment. It's actually showing you going from. Say if you end up having the turtle far, far, far away, you could just look at it from here. It's showing you where it's at and where it's going, and showing you the design of it, so to speak. It's showing you the structure of the design I've made. If that didn't make any sense, I do apologize. I am kind of making half of these words up as I go along. Oh, dry throat. But anyway, whoops. I'm gonna get more apple juice. But anyway, this program actually is actually building a structure I've ended up building in the past with print programs. If you end up watching that video, you probably already know what this little turtle is actually building. But seeing this might take a little while for this turtle to build it, I'm just going to end up sitting back and watching this as this turtle ends up building it. And you guys get to just watch while I have to spend loads of time just watching a turtle to spend loads of hours end up doing this. So, hope you enjoy the speed motion while I just sit here, just time moving slowly for me. But I'll be right back after speed motion. Speed motion. Okay, viewers, we're back, and then they're actually building all of this. Now, you should remember this little kind of brick wall thing I've made in the past with print programs. And as you can see, it ended up working perfectly. Also, I'm only going to repeat this one more time because I feel like seeing how many times I've been muttering this on, I don't feel like I explained it that well. Basically, all this has been doing is that, oh yeah, once you end up entering it, it also ends up saying the 3D print was successful. It should say 3D printer, but whatever. Basically, this is just making a diagram for you, this is making kind of like charts on what the turtle needs to do. I end up sending this to the turtle itself, and then the turtle ends up just making it. Say if you're a construction crew, and someone ends up giving you blueprints, that's the computer is just giving the blueprints to the turtle on what to make, what building to make, so to speak. So yeah, that's that. Also, what else? Oh yeah. Now I'm going to end up actually showing you if or if not it ends up working on it obviously works on an advanced turtle, but does it work on a normal turtle? And before anyone asks, no, I'm not going to test it out on the goddamn normal computer, because we already know this program doesn't work on that, but do we know that this program works on this? So, let me quickly, hold on, I need to actually take this back and doing okay, and now we end up doing this. Okay, and then it's already in CD disk, ls, and then, pardon me, free. I think this already has fuel in it. We're about to find out. 3D print. Okay. Alright, and now I'm just going to send the same thing again. Send, print, get a message, blah blah blah. Print. It does! It works with a normal... Is this gonna... Oh, good, it isn't. Okay. I thought seeing that it was a layer lower, it's gonna end up doing that. But... Okay, it's all connected. But yeah, it looks like not only does it work with an advanced turtle, it also works with a normal turtle. And then again, that isn't much of a shocker, seeing that all you need is... All it really needs to do is just receive the signal, and any turtle should be able to do that. But anyway, let me quickly get rid of all this, because that's constructing the view in a way. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Okay. So the only program left to show now is the one at the end right here. So let me quickly get rid of this, and I'll end up showing that. I like how I'm destroying this as it's building that. Okay. We'll go back to that later on. It's just I don't want to really stare at another turtle doing the same exact thing again. So I'm just going to wait until... I'm just going to end up explaining things as we go along. And then once that's done, I'll end up seeing if or if not end up doing an exact copy like it did here. Okay. I have to admit, it was very interesting of me trying to get the code I ended up using in the print program I've ended up using in the past and turn it into paint, or figure out what paint would need to be used in order to do that. But anyway, the next program, yeah, that's going in the background. The next program is a program called Game of Life, and it's about actually using a different disc made by someone called Vile Soul. I bet he had a happy childhood. Anyway, they end up doing CD disc, end up doing LS. There's only one program in this, and end up doing game of... I just realized. Okay, I didn't hear the sound of blocks being placed. So I was wondering if it was still going or not. Okay. I'm going to end up doing Game of Life. And it ends up coming up with this. It ends up coming up with... Hold on. Going to get some apple juice. Not sponsored. Okay. It ends up coming up with this. Ends up coming up with certain rules. Ends up coming up with this. There's 4 rules. There's Rule 1, Rule 2, Rule 3, Rule 4. Where if a... I'm not going to read out all of this. Basically, what it's saying is that if you're really into maths, then you'll understand this. Then 2, then it's normal, then blah 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 blah. It's basically kind of like a simulation of life, seeing how life would live, die, be born, if that makes any sense. And if you're wondering, it also says right here, death is red. So if you end up seeing red, that's that. Green is someone who's alive, and yellow is people that are just born. So that just shows that, and it ends up showing it right here. If it's less than 2, then it die. If it's less than 2, then it dies. If it's 2 or more, blah blah blah, it lives. If it has more than 3, then it dies. Jesus Christ, it really is more dying there, isn't there? Has exactly 3, then it is born. So yeah, as you can see there. And also just enter this game. Oh yeah, it also says here the counter is basically the generations going by, like year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4. You get the goddamn picture. I almost said a swear word there. What the hell, DW? What the hell is wrong with you? Anyway, okay, so I end up needing to press any button in order to start, so I end up pressing space. At the moment, the game hasn't actually started yet, because I actually haven't pressed anything yet. And in order to actually put anything down, I just need to end up dragging this along. And as you can see, there's loads of different colors. There's red, green, and yellow. And as you all know, this is red means death, green means alive, and yellow means born. And now if I end up actually... And also, there's 2 buttons to this. There's either space or enter. Space just ends up just changing the color scheme. Not really that important. Oh, wow, it just finished. Okay. An exact replica, like I said. So that does actually work. It does work with a normal turtle by the looks of it. Anyway, if I end up doing... Yeah, so space ends up just changing the color scheme, whereas enter just ends up just starting the game. Or not the game. Ends up starting the simulation of showing how life works. Showing how life is... showing life itself in a way. It's just showing loads of people living and dying, as you can see there. And you would think to be a timer is going up. That's all the generations going by. Also, I can obviously, if I end up pressing enter, actually, yeah. Obviously, if I press enter, I can actually pause it and can place down more lives, and end up doing enter again. and now they're actually dying, they're living, they're being born, blah blah blah. You get the picture. It's basically going on forever. Also, this, seeing this is generations, once all of these end up once all of these actually die, it basically blah 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 blah. It basically this basically keeps going. It doesn't just end. It basically never ends. This never actually ends because, well, time never ends and generations never end. So, even if everyone here actually dies. By the way, the main reason I didn't actually show this program was because with all the other programs, I kind of make sense of them. They all have a certain purpose, whereas this, I thought to myself, what does it do for you? What does it do for you? I mean, some people are like, games aren't that important. I know one or two people are like, games aren't that important. I don't see the point in games. Wrong. There's a point in games because they end up creating entertainment. Without entertainment, we can become easily bored and just give up on our jobs and stuff. But so that's actually important. All those games I tested out were actually important. The thing I just showed you, that's important. You can end up using paint and use animations. That's actually quite cool. But with this one, I didn't figure out what it was actually useful for. I feel like it, and someone actually explained to me, basically it's just a simulation. It's a simulation of life. It ends up, if you're really curious about how life works in a way, if that makes any sense, you can end up just seeing how this works. Albeit, to see life before your eyes, if that makes any sense. If this doesn't make any sense to you, don't worry, I'm kind of just babbling on at this point, sorry. But anyway, that's basically that. I can end up just pausing that. I can also end up, I think I've already shown you, I can end up just placing stuff down and actually meddle with life while it is paused. I'm basically like a god in this. I'm an all-powerful god. Hail me. Hail me. Anyway, but as you can see, it ends up just showing you that, and the space, and it never actually ends. You can always see we're at 220, 21, 22, 23, 24, 20. You get the picture, and it keeps on going. What the hell? Did it just pause there? That was weird. But that's that program. The question is now, does it end up actually working with all the rest? You get the basic of that program. It basically ends up showing a simulation of life in general. Okay, so now I'm going to end up seeing if Game of Life actually ends up working with a normal computer, normal turtle, and advanced turtle. We're about to see. Oh wait, hold on. Alas. Yeah, because, okay. Game of Life. Okay, it does actually work, even though... Go in, press any button. Okay, it doesn't work. Color not spawn. Okay, so it starts out like that, but then it doesn't work. Let's test it out with this one, shall we? Oh yeah, that program's technically still running. It's still waiting for commands to run, so I'm just going to do Control T. Now if I end up doing ls, KLS, and then doing Game of Life, should do the exact same thing. Yep, it did. No colors, not going to work. So, what the hell was that? Meep meep. I don't know what the hell that noise was. Whatever. Oh wow, I'm still in this. Okay, LS. Okay, and if we end up doing it, it should end up working with this. I'll be surprised if it doesn't. Game of Life. Okay. And if I end up pressing any button. And now I can end up just starting this off, press enter, and end up just doing that. Okay. So yeah, if you ever want to watch a simulation of what life is like, you can end up just using this program just to see loads of people living and dying. Look at all those people living and dying. That guy's living, that guy died, that guy lived, that guy dived. It basically, the more you end up adding, hold on, if I end up add more and more and more, I feel like I'm killing more people than I'm actually trying to create more people. It's ironic. Ironically, when I first tested out this game, I was trying to kill loads of people. Now I'm suddenly killing loads of people. I kept on trying to kill people. It didn't work. I kept surviving. Anyway, okay. But you get the point. You get to see how this works and see how this game works by the 4 rules. You get to see how this simulation basically works. But anyway, I've actually now ended up explaining everything that needs to be explained. That was all the information I actually have time for, or actually have. Oh yeah, one last thing. I still haven't figured out... Notice how, although I have ended up actually explaining 2 programs in this, there's still that one program I haven't explained, so obviously I'm going to come back to this disk, which is why it's in this folder saying, this disks I haven't figured out yet. I still haven't figured out what niche is either. I've been looking online, have no goddamn clue. I think I did find one website, but it's kind of hard to translate what the hell they're talking about. They're kind of talking in really, really high-tech, nerdy talk, if that makes any... I don't know. I have no idea what... It's kind of hard to understand what the hell they're talking about about this program. As far as I know, I think this program... I've tried to gather enough information about this. I think the program that I haven't figured out in this ends up actually making games. I just haven't figured out how that works. And the programs in this, I think, end up... I can't remember exactly what they do. I think they make... I know they make something, but I can't remember what. But anyway, that's actually all the programs I have. So, hope you all enjoy. Subscribe, make sure to leave a like. Wow, in all its glory. DW. I just like how I look behind me and I see a ginormous DW in the background. Anyway, hold on. Apple juice not sponsored. But anyway, hope you all enjoyed. Sorry. Hope you all enjoyed. Subscribe, make sure to leave a like. If you want to support the channel, send it to your friends to catch a goldfish. And I guess I'll see you next time. Bye!